Hey, Mr. Swanson, how are you doing, sir?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good.
I'm fine, Mr. Fikens. Nice to hear your voice as usual.
Always good to hear your voice, Mr. Swanson. Ms. Mack, is our prosecutor in the courtroom?
No, Mr. Fikens, I'm working on getting a prosecutor to come and Zoom on with us right now because we got a couple issues.
Okay. Is that with Mr.
Okay.
Swanson?
Yes.
He always has issues, Ms. Mack.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it. Happens all the time.
It does. My client's gonna avail himself of the offer that Mr. Rosenthal made. That's all.
Very good.
Good afternoon. Someone asked for the city prosecutor, and I
Yes.
am here.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, my name's Paul Swanson. I have Mr. Al Rawani and Mr. Rosenthal wrote up a offer that he would like to avail himself of the offer.
Okay, you said that Mr. Rosenthal, prosecutor, city of Detroit, had written this offer up, and you want to take advantage of it.
Yes.
And so, what is it that you would like for me to do in his absence?
I was just checking back in. He was asking, come next week and tell me yay or nay on the offer. And I'm telling him yay.
What's the defendant's name again? I'm sorry.
Spelled A-L W-R. Let's see, where is it? A-L-R-A-W-H-A-N-I Al Rawani, first name Ali.
Okay, it was an offer to engage. And what was the offer? Was it disorderly
Disorder,
conduct?
no community service.
Oh, I'll let the judge make that determination, whether that's going to be appropriate.
That's what he said their policy was, but
The policy was community service. The only issue came into being in COVID.
yes.
That was the only issue that was raised, but that was not raised as a result. That wasn't raised by the law department as saying, "Hey, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to request that." But
okay.
I will, of course, like I said, I will just submit that to the judge.
Okay.
Al Rawani. And that's what the offer will be: disorderly conduct, straight up. And we're going to request that they take an HIV test, results private.
I thought that it was under the 711 statute. Wasn't it under the deferred sentence?
Delayed sentence? No.
I thought that's what Mr. Rosenthal said it was.
I'm sure he didn't say that because that's outside of our policy, and we haven't offered that in years.
Okay, I'm mistaken. And he has HIV testing and all. Yes, I understand the parameters of that. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. So, Attorney Paul Swanson, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can put your P number down here.
P26221.
Okay.
Probably the oldest one you've ever heard.
No, I had a P1 something today, actually.
That's probably Fikens.
Nope. It wasn't Fikens.
I'm just kidding.
Are we ready to proceed with the 1:30 docket?
No, Judge, I have two matters I have to bring up with the prosecutor.
All
Oh,
right, very
really?
good. Would you all please be mindful that we are streaming live on YouTube? And so if you want to have some discussions, make sure you go into a breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, how should I get this offer to you for Mr. Al Rawani? I could scan it down to the court if there's an email.
Yes, you can scan it to Ms. Mack.
Okay.
And then, Mr. Morgan, will you be willing to go into a breakout room with me to discuss two matters?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
And then if I can get a chat for Mr. Mack's email address, make sure I have it correctly. I'll scan that right over. Let me look.
Out of the six matters, Your Honor, I'm ready on four of them, and I just need to discuss with the prosecutor two other matters.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens. I'm ready when you all are ready.
Well, we might as well get it done in a bundle if we can, I guess. Try to
Okay,
get it
no
all done at
problem.
the same time. If Mr. Morgan well, I'll wait.
I guess we're just waiting for Mr. Morgan, is that? Yeah.
Your Honor, if it pleases the court, I'd like to go to a breakout room with Mr. Fikens. I just forwarded the offer to the court. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Swanson.
You
Thank
both
you.
have
I
invitations
have the
to go to
invitation.
breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Swanson, are you ready to proceed with your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has your client with you?
He's in my office, yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right.
Mr. Honor, why don't you come
36th
around?
District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as the presiding judge. I am ready on the following matter, case number SP 123-50041. Counsel, your appearance.
May it please this honorable court, Paul Swanson, P 26221, on behalf of the defendant. He's present in my office.
Thank you. And sir, would you please state your name?
Muhammad Rawani.
Thank you very much and good afternoon to you.
You,
All right. Attorney Swanson, I'm going to swear your client in. I heard you indicate that the people have, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that they've made an offer in exchange for your client's plea of guilty to offering to engage another for an act of prostitution. They are recommending that I amend the charge to disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Arawani, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God. I can't hear you.
yes, yes, we.
All right, thank you so much. You may place your hand down. Mr. Swanson, please ordeer your client to establish that he understands his constitutional rights and that he's freely, voluntarily, and knowingly giving up those rights to take advantage of the people's offer. You may proceed.
Mr. Arawani, you heard the judge. You know you have certain rights before you plead guilty. You know that, right? You have a right to go to a trial before a judge or a jury. You have a right to confront witnesses against you. And if you can't get a hold of those witnesses, the court will get a hold of those witnesses and bring them in. You understand that if you
I need to hear his answer, sir. I cannot hear you.
Yes,
say yes.
yes,
You understand that you don't have to plead guilty to this matter. You have that right to go to trial for a judge or a jury.
yes,
And you're waiving all your constitutional rights and you're pleading guilty. Nobody's made you any promises or anything like that. Is
Yes.
that true?
yes,
I'm a civil lawyer.
I did not hear his
Yes,
last response,
yes.
counsel.
yes, I'm sorry,
Okay.
yes.
And I need his image to be in the screen. I'm getting like a half a head.
Okay.
There you go. Very good.
Sorry, Judge.
That's okay. Counsel, are you satisfied as to his constitutional rights? Are you finished?
I'll just add a factual basis to the crime if you wish, Your Honor.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I just want to make sure you had finished your questions as to his constitutional right.
This civil lawyer is through, Judge. Yes.
Right, all right.
Mr.
very
Arawani,
good.
were you in the city of Detroit on August 21st, 2021?
Yes.
And was your behavior aberrant to a
I
woman?
wasn't cashing to this woman.
You were obnoxious?
I cannot hear. I cannot hear his responses.
Yes, I said like I was noxious to this woman. Yeah.
I was obnoxious to this woman, he said.
Okay, that's not all. Continue.
And actually like I feel embarrassed to stand in front of you because of this case. So I really apologize like about my behaviors.
So counsel, I need you to establish a factual basis.
Okay,
You have to establish for the record that your client offered money in exchange for sexual activity with another person.
But he didn't, Judge.
Then
That's
I
why
cannot take his plea.
the plea to disorderly, you can't, Judge?
No, sir, that's not what he's charged with. He's charged with offering to engage another for an act of prostitution. The factual basis will be placed on the record, and then I can amend the charge to disorderly conduct. If the people want to withdraw their charge, and then they can recharge him with something else, with being obnoxious to a woman, that's fine. But today, what's before me is offering to engage another for an act of prostitution.
He didn't do that. He's not going to give that as a factual basis. So I apologize, Judge.
Okay, no problem. So how would you like to proceed?
I would just set it for trial, Judge.
All right, very good. What kind of trial would your client like, Mr.?
Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial? We'll have a jury trial, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Mack, if you could get the scheduling order out and let's start going through it and give dates for my jury trial.
Okay,
Thank
give
you,
me 1 second, Judge.
Okay.
Okay, I have the scheduling order, Judge.
All right, very good. Do we have a date for a jury trial for me?
I would have to check on that to see if we can use the same date or if they've given us another date.
No, I have to schedule more than one, even if I have to start more than one jury trial on that day. So if, I think my last day was in September, if I'm not mistaken.
It was in October, Judge, October 18th, I believe.
All right, so we're gonna go with that jury trial date of October
Okay, Judge.
18th. All right.
October the 18th.
Yes, sir, October 18th, 2022. Ms. Mack, what time do they start the jury trial?
The jury trial is at 1:30 on a
At-
Tuesday. So I believe that's on a Tuesday. Let me make sure, I'm gonna check the
It is
calendar.
it is a Tuesday.
Yes. and-
Okay, yeah, so it'll be at 1:30 in the afternoon on that day.
All right, very good. And so what I'll do is I'll schedule it for 1 o'clock, Ms. Mack. We said we would move our trials to 1 o'clock. And so we'll schedule it
Yes.
for 1 o'clock. And so now you have the scheduling order pulled up. Let's go through the dates. What do I have first?
The first item, it says all discovery must be completed by.
All right, my discovery date, everything must be completed no later than July 15th, 2022. Next, Ms. Mack,
Yes, that would be the witness list.
witness list will be due by July 29th. Ms. Mack,
Yes, the next one is all motions.
all motions must be filed no later than August 26th, 2022. Next, Ms. Mack.
Yes, that would be the responses to the motions.
All right, responses to motion should be submitted no later than September 16th, 2022. Ms. Mack.
Yes, and then the next one is the final pretrial, which would be October the 14th, which would be that Friday before, Judge, and that would be at 10 a.m.
All right, very good. That would be October 14th, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. At the final pre-trial, the parties should be prepared to have agreed on exhibits as well as jury voir dire questions.
Just one question, is the final pretrial by Zoom or live?
It's live.
All right,
And then council, I'm going to continue. They should have their voir dire questions as well as a verdict form. The
Got it.
parties are required to prepare trial binders for all jurors. They will not be able to use the court's paper printers or equipment or staff in order to prepare exhibits for purposes of trial. All motions will be heard on that day. The parties should also note that they cannot stipulate at all to an adjournment of the trial. Not at all, cannot stipulate. The trial can only be changed at the discretion upon motion and decision by the court. In addition, if the parties are able to resolve this matter, the resolution must be placed on the record on October, Miss Matt, give me that trial date again, I'm sorry,
The bench trial date, Judge,
the jury trial date.
I mean, that's what I meant. Excuse me. I meant the jury trial date. Yes, that's October the 18th at 1 p.m.
All right, very good. And so if the parties are going to settle the matter, the settlement or the agreement must be placed on the record. The court must be notified, and it must be placed on the record no later than October 17th, 2022 at 3:30 p.m. If the parties fail to notify the court of the settlement by this date and this time, then the parties will share in the expense, or the party that failed to notify will share in the expense of having to impanel a jury. Are there any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Mack will make sure that the scheduling order is mailed out. I've placed all of the other information on the record. And so let's make sure that we are scheduled for the jury trial. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Your Honor, so much.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, Mr. Fikens, are you ready to bring in your 4 people?
I can bring in 4 out of, I have 6 people. 2 need to send documentation to Mr. Morgan. I would suggest we take care of the 4 that are ready.
Okay,
And then
who are they?
they are Reginald Anderson,
Okay,
Arquise Alexander,
very good.
Candice Ashley, and August Taylor. Or Taylor August, I'm sorry.
Now, for some reason, I am not able to move Ashley to the main session. Ashley, Candice Ashley. So you'll have to grab Candice Ashley for me.
Okay.
But your other people are not coming in.
Well, why don't I, I need to give an invite back to that breakout room.
You can't just, oh, no, you can't. Never mind.
Because I went
You
into
went to another one. All right, I'll put you back in breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Mute your phone for me, ma'am, until we call your case. Sir, please mute your device. Let your device stay on mute until your case is called. Thank you. Okay, you unmuted yourself, sir. Next time I'm going to place you in a waiting room, and you'll have to stay in there until the end of the docket, and then I'll call your case. Thank you. Please stay on mute.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have the people who are ready. I see that
All
Mr.
right,
Hale. I'd like to start with Reginald Anderson. He was the first one here today, Judge.
All right, let's go to Mr. Anderson. Mr. Fikens, I received a message that Mr. Anderson was less than professional with you when he came on or when it was time to get started.
Oh, no, Mr. Anderson, we just had a little bit of a mistake about the time when he was there but Judge, ever since that time, Mr. Anderson and I have gotten along well. He's understanding of the situation. Money was, always a little bit of a concern on his mind. I took no offense at he didn't cuss or anything like that. He was just a little frustrated but everything else, he's just been superb, Judge, wanting to work this out, wanting to take care of business, trying to get along. And that's all I can say about Mr. Anderson. We've had a pleasant time ever since that. Is that correct, Mr. Anderson? Am I saying the right things? You're muted, so. You're muted, sir. I can't hear you.
I was a little abrasive this morning. I apologize.
Yeah, no apology needed, sir, but thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Well, Mr. Fikens, on the hearing of others, he was abrasive towards you. And as you know, we hold you near and dear. And so thank you for your apology. On behalf of the staff, we accept your apology. And so we're going to go forward with his matters. And thank you, Mr. Fikens. I have the following: SP 124-7986, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Anderson, please state your full name for the record, please.
Reginald Lamont Anderson.
All right, thank you, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Judge.
All right, Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding?
Judge, there's an offer that if he pleads responsible on the 2 civil infractions, there would be a recommendation to dismiss the misdemeanor. My client wishes to avail himself of that offer.
All right, very good. Did you explain to your client that he will not get the dismissal on the misdemeanor until the civil infractions are paid in full?
Yes, Judge, and we might need a little bit of time to make payment. We're trying to balance everything, but I think he's very sincere about getting this matter paid as quickly as possible.
All right, very good. Mr. Anderson, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and tender a responsible plea on 2 of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this?
No.
Sir, I bring you back to the date and time of the citation of 124-7986, counts 1, 2, and 3. On the dates and time of those citations, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And when stopped by a police officer and asked to produce registration and insurance, you were not able to do, or you had expired plates as well at the time. Is that a correct statement? You did not have insurance and expired plates?
Yes.
Okay, and you're pleading responsible to those?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor, both as to his waiver and the factual basis.
I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of responsible to both matters. Mr. Fikens, there were no reductions. Is that correct?
Dismissal of count 1, no other reductions, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so as to the matter ending in 986, count 2 for expired plates, I'm assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $145. And then as to the matter ending in 9863 for the insurance, no proof, I am assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $195. How much time? He also has another case, Mr. Fikens. Ms. Mack, is that case already adjudicated and he owes money, or is it defaulted and he owes money?
right now. Give me 1 second, Judge. It's in warrant status. And let me see.
And Judge, if that begins with 1277, I believe, that matter is subject to dismissal pursuant to the recommendation.
It's a U ticket, Mr. Fikens. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not see that one.
Ms. Mack, could you
And it
read
has-
the ticket into the number into the record?
I sure can, Judge. Is U 177-73214,
Oh, yes,
and the charge is alcohol-related violations.
yes. And Judge, that is subject, that is part of the recommendation, subject to dismissal.
Okay, Mr. Fikens, that wasn't on my docket. So for the offer, you did get an offer on this. Is
I-
that correct?
I do have a written offer on that, Judge. I'm sorry. I wrote, instead of you, I wrote down 12, and I don't know why I did that. Why I wrote it wrong, but it was the right.
Okay.
Every other number matches up, so.
Excuse me,
fair.
I'm sorry, excuse me. I didn't get no ticket for no alcohol related during this time that I got these 3 tickets. I'm sorry for interrupting, Your Honor.
That's not what she said, sir. This is an old ticket, and you still have that particular ticket on our records. It's in warrant status, but as long as you pay these 2 civil infractions, it is going to be dismissed, okay?
Okay,
All right, very
Thank you.
good. How
Sorry.
much time do you need to pay your 2 civil infractions?
I need 7 days and I'll be able to pay it.
Pay both of them?
Yes, a total, which it was 145 and 190,
195.
195.
Yes,
Three,
sir.
two altogether, sir.
I
Yeah,
am going to,
yes.
I'll adjourn it to pay. You said you need 7 days, so I will adjourn it to pay to May 26, 2022. I will put it on my 10:30 a.m. docket. As long as you make the payment on those 2 civil infractions, you do not have to return. The other 2 matters will be dismissed without prejudice, okay? If you don't pay, you need to come back to court.
I understand.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Fiken.
You're more than welcome, sir. Good knowing you.
You too, thanks.
All right, Mr. Fikes, who do you have up next?
Let's see, I think there's a request for a bench trial, which we could do first if the other 2 are
Okay.
pleased. That's Miss Taylor August.
All right, let me place the case number on the record. I have case number U595-32821. Miss August, please state your name for the record.
August DJ Taylor.
Is your last name Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, first name August, last name Taylor.
Oh,
All right, this should not be on my docket, Mr. Fikens.
it should not be, Judge.
Miss Mack, who has last name Taylor, the T's?
I do believe that's Judge Sherman.
All right, let's place her on Judge Sherman's docket. If you could call, what kind of trial is your client asking for?
Judge, she's waiving her jury rights and seeking a bench trial.
Okay, why don't you ask them for a bench trial date so this can go on Judge Sherman's docket?
Okay, sure will, Judge.
All right, very good. A bench trial date, that is.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
All right, Miss Taylor, you'll have to hold on a moment. They switched your name around in the system. And so to get you to the right judge, but I'm not gonna have you float around trying to figure it out. We're gonna figure it out, okay?
Hey, thank you.
I got it. Officer Lott, I just got discombobulated. Just got a lot.
All right, so we'll come back to Miss Taylor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who do you have next, Mr. Fikens?
Candice Ashley.
All
So-
right, Miss Ashley, if you could unmute. I have the following for you. SP 124-35141, case number SP 124-34721, counts 1 and 2. Please state your name for the record, Miss Ashley.
Candice Monique Ashley.
All right, good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
All right, Mr. Fikens.
Your Honor, my client wishes to avail herself of the offer. She'll be tendering a plea of guilty to The first matter that this court read ending in 5141, allowing unlicensed driver to drive, and pursuant to the recommendation, ask this court to dismiss the other two matters.
All right, understanding that they can't be dismissed until the fines and costs are paid in full. All
That is
right, you
correct.
understand that, Ms. Ashley?
Yes.
Thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ma'am, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Ma'am, I want to direct your attention to SP 12435-141, the citation given at the time. Were you in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And did you allow an unlicensed driver to drive your car?
Yes.
And did you know that person was unlicensed?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor, both as to the constitutional waiver and the factual basis.
I am accepting your plea of guilty and I'm ready to assess fines and costs. Mr. Fikens?
Your Honor, I appreciate when someone, Miss Ashley was very nice throughout. She really wants to take care of this matter. She feels remorse for what she did. And
Back with
what-
you.
Candice Ashley?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, her last name.
Ms. Mack, mute yourself on your end.
I apologize.
That's okay. Go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
She was very pleasant, wanted to work this out. We talked about her ability to move this forward and do other things, but she wanted to resolve it and correct her mistake, make sure it's never happens again, Judge, and takes care of it at the time of arraignment.
All right, thank you for taking care of it at arraignment. I am going to assess our costs in the amount of $195. The fine will be $25. How quickly can you get it paid?
I can pay it on the 3rd of next month.
On the 3rd of next month? All right, so I am going to adjourn this out, to adjourn the pay. It will be on April 8th, 2022. That'll be at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid, you don't have to come back. The
June,
other
Judge,
letters-
I apologize.
June 8th.
Okay, everybody talking on my regular.
Sorry. June, Judge,
June 8th, 2022. Yes, Ms. Mack?
Yeah, no, I was making sure it was June 8th because you said April 8th. We just wanted to make sure.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's June 8th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. And so as long as you get it paid before that date, you don't have to come back. The other two matters will be dismissed, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good, ma'am. Take care and thank you for your patience today.
Thank y'all.
All
Thank
right,
you, Your Honor.
all right, Mr. Fikens. Who do
Then we
you,
have-
let me ask Ms. Mack, I'm sorry first. Ms. Mack, did you get a date from Ms. Taylor?
Yes, I did, Judge.
All right, Ms. Taylor, you
Yes.
can unmute yourself. We are going to give you a trial. Are they scheduling a bench trial?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so the bench trial date with Judge Sherman, what will that date and time be? Ms. Matt?
July 29th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right. Did you get that? And you're going to be with Judge Sherman, okay?
okay, that's July 29th at 8:35 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
All right, very good. Take care and be safe.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
you're
Mr.
welcome.
Fikens.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
All right, Mr. Fikens, who do we have up next? Is that it?
We have Mr. Arquise Alexander, but he doesn't have his camera on. He needs to turn on his camera.
Mr. Alexander, please turn on your camera so that we are able to service you. Thank you so much. All right, let me find Mr. Alexander. Uh-oh. Oh, I do have him. I have Mr. Alexander, case number SP 123-568-72, scheduled today for a show cause hearing.
Yes, Judge. And First, we would like to apologize for not making the first date and having this go to a show cause. We'd ask that any warrants be set aside and recalled if there are any at this time, Judge.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client does wish to avail himself of the offer. He'll be tendering a plea of guilty to driving while license suspended, asking this court to reduce it to fail to display.
All right, Mr. Ficus, does your client have any other outstanding matters with 36th District Court or any unpaid matters with 36th District Court?
He thought he had one, but he didn't know it was a while ago, or I'm not sure. Mr. Alexander, have you been able to find that ticket or?
That's
Do you have
okay.
any-
I'll get Ms. Mack to check. Ms. Mack, can you check to see if Arquise Alexander has any other matters here at 36th District Court?
I'm looking them up right now, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Judge, I see two other matters. They look like they may be civil infractions. Let me double check. That are in default. Yes,
All right, Ms. Mack, can you give me those case numbers, please?
I sure can. It's SP 120-85481. And the balance on that is 144. And the other ticket is SP 120-85483. And that's $108.
All right, very good. So Mr. Ficus, where's your client? He has to have his face on the screen during his hearing. Your whole face, yes, sir. And so, Mr. Ficus, I will go forward with the plea, but he will not get the reduced charge until all of the fines and costs are paid off at 36th District Court, including the one that I'm going to assess on today.
Yes, we understand, Judge.
All right, very good. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can place your hand down. And I'm not certain if I had you state your name, so let's be sure. State your name for me.
I am Arquise Malik Alexander.
All right, thank you, sir. And good afternoon to you.
So good afternoon to you too.
All right, Mr. Ficus, you may
Thank you.
proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I note that the civil infractions listed were for the same time and events, same time and place, so that we will make payment on those. And he still wishes to go ahead with the offer on driving while license suspended. Sir, do you understand that in that matter, you have a right to a trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up that right to a trial?
Yes.
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Sir, I direct your attention back to the citation as read by the court. On that date and time, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you were stopped by a police officer?
Yes.
And when asked to display a valid license, you could not do so because your license was suspended at the time. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor, both as to his waiver and the factual background.
I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I will amend the charge to failure to display a valid operator's license. I am going to assess our cost in the amount of $200, and I will assess the fine in the amount of $50. And so, sir, when can you get everything paid?
So that's $250 in total, right?
No, you probably have some warrant costs because you didn't show up for court like you should have. I don't know, but you can always call my clerk and see what your balance is.
Judge, I would ask, because there's civil infractions out there, I would ask for if the court would be so kind as to grant him 30 days to make payment on all these matters.
Okay, Mr. Alexander, is that enough time for you to get it all paid?
Yes.
All right, you have 3 matters to pay, all right?
Okay.
And so, Mr. Wade, what I will do so that your client can be encouraged to get these things out the way is I'll waive any penalties or any late fees or any type of assessments as to the civil infractions.
Thank you.
And so that'll knock off a couple of dollars. And
Sure, yeah,
so
more than
that
a couple.
you should be able to get them paid.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. So I am going to adjourn all three matters, Ms. Mack. All three will be on my docket as adjourned to pay. And I am going to schedule them for Wednesday, June 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get them paid before that time, you do not have to appear, sir. You'll be in great shape. If you don't, you need to come back to court. Failure to do so will result in a warrant being placed in the system. And things will go back just the way they were when you came in today, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Any questions?
No.
All right, take care, sir, and be safe.
Okay, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ficus, do you have anyone else?
We have two more in the breakout room who are sending things to Mr. Morgan, who happens to appear on the screen right now.
All right, Mr. Morgan, you have some offers you want to place on the record?
Well, I have one that I just forwarded, I believe, to Mr. Fikens and Madam Clerk. The other one, I am almost formulated it, but there's one thing I need, which is an SOS. And is there a possibility that I may be able to get that?
Miss Mack, do you have an address to email an SOS to Mr. Morgan?
For what defendant?
Oh, that's for Deontay Pierre Arnold. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I can, okay.
And Judge,
Thank
while
you.
they're doing that, I can get Miss Adams ready and we can present her. I'll bring her back
Okay,
from
give me her last name so I can skip her in the,
Joy Adams. Adams is her last name, Your Honor.
Your Honor, do you want me to give you the offer?
Yeah.
on Mr.
Miss Adams?
Miss Adams, yes.
Yes, that's going to be, the civil infraction is going to be amended to limited access speeding 1 to 5. And the unregistered is going to be dismissed. And that's going to show that she had some valid documentation.
All right, very
Thank you.
good. Thank you, counsel. Are you ready for Miss Adams to come in, Mr. Fikens, or you need to go back and talk to her?
I just need to tell her it's limited access because I didn't know if it's going to be a dismissal or limited access on this meeting, Judge.
Okay, very
Okay.
good.
It will take me 2 seconds. It really will.
All right. Miss Mack, I am going to start calling my 1:30 docket. And for that, what my show cause date should be June 1st.
No, I think that day is full for June 1st. We used that like twice.
Okay, let's go to June 8th, 2022. And what time is my show cause again?
I think that's 1:35.
1:35?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's 1:35 p.m. All right, and then for any capiases, they will be personal bonds unless stated otherwise by the court. So I'm going to start calling my docket while Mr. Fikes is working on his phone. All right, I have the following for, I'm on 1:30. I have for Andrew Adams. I have case number SP 124-25482, SP 124-28691, SP 124-2548, counts 1 and 3. And for the first two, for the misdemeanors, show cause will be entered, and for the 2 civil infractions, default judgments will be entered. For Christopher Adams, SP 124-0267, counts 1 and 2, count 1 will be a show cause, count 2 a default judgment. For Taylor Adams, case number SP 124-2743, counts 1 and 2 will be show cause, and count 3 will be a default judgment. For Salah Ahmed, SP 124-32201, that will be a show cause, And then for Ahmed, SP 124-32191, default judgment. For Abdi Al Habib, SX 3915646, count 1 will be a default judgment. Count 2, a show cause. For Rodney Alford Jr., case number SP 124-35171, that will be a show cause. And for Mr. Alford, SP 124-35161, that will be a default judgment. Mr. Ficus, are you ready on your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And that is going to be for
Joy Adams.
Adams. All right, very good. Where'd I put it? There we go. All right, I have for Joy Adams, SP 123-91751 and SP 123-91991. Ms. Adams, please state your full name for the record.
Joy Adams.
Thank you and good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, you understand that in this matter, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Correct.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a responsible plea as to the civil infraction today, correct?
Correct.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead responsible today?
No.
Ma'am, I direct your attention to the date and time of the citation. At that date and time, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you stopped by a police officer?
Mhm.
And because you were
Is that
speeding?
yes? I'm
Yes.
sorry, I didn't hear her response,
I'm
Mr.
sorry,
Fikens.
I
Yes.
apologize. And is that because you were speeding, or you were speeding in excess of the speed limit? Is that correct?
Correct.
I'm satisfied both as to a waiver, judge, and the factual basis.
Thank you. I'm accepting your plea of responsible. The ticket indicates you were going 16 to 20 miles per hour over the posted speed limit, but I will reduce that to limited access, 1 to 5 miles over the posted speed limit. And then the other matter will be dismissed once you pay the civil infraction in full. Ms. Mack, can you give me the amount that she owes for that civil infraction?
And Judge, while we're waiting for that, I do want to point out that she was asked to take, or part of the deal was that she would take the Michigan Defensive Driving course, which she successfully did and showed proof of that.
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Mack,
Yes, Judge, you want the amount that's in the system or once it's
Yeah,
reduced?
the amount that's in the system.
170, Judge.
All right, you'll owe us $170. How quickly can you get that paid?
By the end of this week.
All right, very good. Then what I'm going to do is I will place you on the docket for, I'll place her on for you because I know you want to get this behind you, right?
Correct.
All right, so I'll adjourn you to pay, and that date will be May 23rd, which is Monday, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid, you do not have to return. We'll close it out and the other matter will be automatically dismissed, okay?
All right.
All right, very good. Take care, ma'am. Thank you for your patience today.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ficus, do you have anybody else?
We have Mr. Deontay Arnold. I'm waiting for an offer from Mr. Morgan. I believe he needed an SOS from Ms. Mack.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to continue to call the rest of my docket. I have the following for Clarence Allen, case number SP 124-35671. That will be a show cause. I have for Terry Allen, case number SP 124-2383, counts 1, 2, and 3 will be, all of those will be scheduled for show cause. Also for Terry Allen, SP 124-23841, show cause. And for Terry Allen, SP 124-2360, counts 1, 2, and 3. All 3 will be default judgments. For John Amerson, SP 124-18131, count 1 and 2 and 3. All 3 will be scheduled for show cause. For Christopher Anderson, case number SP 124-0573, counts 1 and 2, show cause. SP 124-0557, counts 1, 2, and 3. For Christopher Anderson, all of those will be default judgments. For Juan Arumbula, SP 124-0522, show cause. And for Mr. Arumbula, SP 124-03571, that will be a default judgment. For Namir Armstrong, 217-423-051, that will be a show cause. And for Mr. Armstrong, 217-423-041, default judgment. For Ortiz Arreguin, case number SP 124-27931, show cause. And for Mr. Arreguin, SP 124-2806, counts 1 and 2, both will be default judgments. I'm on the 135 docket for Brandy Abrams, case number SP 123-19451. That will be a habeas. Bond will be set at a personal bond unless stated otherwise by the court. For Richard Adams, case number SP 121-57652, habeas. DeAndre Addison, SP 123-53821, habeas. And he is charged with drag racing. And I am going to issue that bond at $50 cash or surety. For Malika Awazi, case number SP 123-7593, counts 1 and 2, both will be habeas. For Abdulaziz Al-Shishani, SP 119-49881. This is scheduled for show cause today, charged with leaving the scene of a pedestrian accident. Habeas will issue and that bond will be set at $50 cash or surety. For Daniel Alderman, SP 123-81821, scheduled for show cause, charged with drag racing. Habeas will issue and that bond is set at $50 cash or surety. For Kiana Allen, SP 123-572, SP 123-572, counts 1 and 2. Both of those will be habeas. For Tierra Ammons, SP 123-61072, habeas. For Dominique Anderson, SP 123-8963, counts 1, 2, and 3. All will be habeas. For Edric Anderson, SP 123-4513, counts 1, 2, and 3. All habeas. For Latasha Andrews, B 123-01821. This is a show cause for not having a dog license. Habeas will issue, that bond will be set at $25 cash or surety. For Gregory Armstrong, case number SP 123-68761, habeas. For Michael Averhart Smith, SP 123-58981, habeas. For Darrell Avery, SP 123-89973, habeas. For Joel Avila, case number SP 123-6250, counts 1, 2, and 3, all habeas. And for Mr. Avila, SP 123-62551 KPS. And then that's all of the cases that are on the docket for today, and we are just waiting to hear on Deontay Arnold. Ms. Mack, did I miss anything?
No, I think we got everybody.
This is prosecutor, Your Honor.
Yes.
There's an update on Deontay Arnold, and thank you to your wonderful clerk. And as a result of the information that the people have, we are moving to dismiss these matters for valid documentation for Deontay Arnold.
All right, all of the matters?
Yes, Your Honor, all of the matters. I did send over something in writing on the email to that effect.
I did
Did
receive it,
Mr.
Judge.
Arnold have any other outstanding matters at 36th District Court?
I didn't.
Ms. Mack? That'd be a Ms. Mack question.
Oh,
Hold on one second, Judge. I'm gonna look right now.
All right, I'm happy for Mr. Arnold. I don't even know him, and I'm happy for him.
And I am happy for him too, Judge. I hope he doesn't have any,
so am I.
Many.
3.
many other outstanding tickets.
No, he's all accounted for. All 6 matters have been accounted for.
Thank
Oh,
you.
he is in really good shape.
We can just-
All right, very good. I am ready for him. Mr. Fikens, where's your client?
Well, we can bring him back, Judge. I can go get him too, but if you can,
Okay, let me see if I can bring him back. And thank you so much, Attorney Morgan. I appreciate you working with us as usual.
thank you for coming down, Mr. Morgan.
You're very welcome. All right, thank you both.
All right, take care.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, I did send him to the main room. Mr. Morgan, Mr. Fikens, he should be joining us.
Uh-oh. Let me go back in case. I'll go back. I'll see what's, no, there's no,
No, I closed down the breakout room.
no,
Now, where's your client getting all these dismissals today?
I don't know. He was so good and he was always responsive, but now he's flown the coop, Judge. Oh, there he is. He's coming on.
He's coming
Mr.
on.
Mr.
All right,
Arnold?
we looking for you, sir.
Hello,
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing well. I have the following cases for you. SP 124-7478, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number SP 124-7476, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Arnold, please state your full name for the record.
Deontay Pierre Arnold.
All right, thank you, sir, and good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you as well.
All right, Mr. Fikens or Attorney
Yeah.
Morgan, how are we proceeding?
Well, Judge, I'll do it because it's good news for Mr. Arnold. He doesn't know this yet, but there's a recommendation from the people to dismiss all 6 matters due to compliance and valid documentation. Yes, so yay, Mr. Arnold, that's very good. We join in that recommendation, Your Honor, stipulate the probable cause.
All right, very good, Mr. Arnold. I said, I don't even know you, and I'm happy for you today. This is a great day for you. And so I am granting the motion. I'm dismissing all of the matters, 6 matters without prejudice, and you have no other matters at 36th District Court. So I wish you well, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Good luck, Mr. Arnold.
Thank you.
All right, that ends our docket today for 1:30. Thank you all for all of your help. Tomorrow, we will be in graduation. Mr. Fikens, I think we have 1 or 2 straight things on the docket, and we're gonna figure out how to not have to reschedule them. I think one is a hearing, and then the other, Ms. Mack, did you ever tell me about the other one?
No, I don't have the document in front of me. I can't remember. I know we have a formal hearing at 9:30, and then at 10:30, it's just adjourn to pay for tomorrow.
All right, very good. So we have 1 formal hearing. That's it.
Okay,
Yes.
and we'll find a way. I'm picking up Mr. Reed to bring him down to the, I know. So he's coming down. But that means I have to get on the road. When do you want us there, Judge?
Now.
Well, before graduation starts, it starts at 10. So listen, Mr. Fikens, let me tell you what we're going to do because we're problem solving court. We are going to go ahead and set up the courtroom back at 36th District. And we'll have the court reporter who is visiting with us to monitor, or somebody will monitor, or we'll just have to check from time to time from our devices to see if that person has checked in. And if they have not, we're going to call it and close it out.
Okay. And we can be contacted. I'll be driving, so I can't do it, but Mr. Reed will have to do that by way of Zoom.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love every minute of it. Okay.
I'd love to see it too. I'll be sitting right next to him.
Yes, sir. And then Ms. Mack, are you going to check on the adjourn to pay before tomorrow? Because we can take care of those.
Yes, I can.
Okay, and then that way we won't have anything but what needs to be entered for our graduates. Mr. Fikens,
Yes.
I'm hoping that everybody comes in tomorrow and tests negative, that no one decides to turn up before graduation, because you know we've had it happen before.
Yeah. Some people just don't believe they're gonna have to test beforehand.
They don't believe me. They don't believe, even though I tell them they don't believe me. And so, yes, sir. Let's
quick
look
question.
forward to it. Yes, sir.
I know
Attorney.
you said you had a formal tomorrow. So what time, do you know what time that is? Because I understand you're going to be somewhere else and then you're
Yeah,
going
but
to come back.
it's not gonna interrupt our court. We're gonna chime in. Ms. Mack, what time is that formal scheduled for?
At 9:30.
At 9:30, graduation starts at 10. Officers as well as the defendant have until 9:40 to get here, or
Well-
it's going to be gone.
Well, somebody from our office is probably going to come down and try to get a cop or get the file or something so we can try to make sure we're ready.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Very
Thank you, Your Honor.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you.
All right.
All
Thank you.
right.
Mr. Morgan, you can let me know too if you wish. If a police officer shows up, you can text me or call me or however.
Okay. You can email me the number for
Okay.
texting. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.